Hello, you filthy nerds. I will warn you now, this is a very self-indulgent video that I'm about to record. I'm not going to, jack myself up or anything, or, this isn't about me. This is about Formula One. This is about the Miami Grand Prix and how much of a complete show it was. So basically, I went down to Liverpool last weekend to see a friend I haven't seen for about 6 years. Good weekend. It was a really good weekend. It was really nice to see her. She's a very, very good friend of mine, has been for a long time, since I was in preschool. I think I must have been 2 or 3 years old. That's beside the point. The race was on Sunday. I had work on Monday, so I stayed to watch the Grand Prix until about 11 o'clock, something like that. 11 o'clock it finished-ish, I guess. It was the biggest waste of 2 hours of my life. It was a complete mess. The only thing that was good about it, the only redeeming feature, was the grid walk, and that's only because Martin Brundle just doesn't give a toss who he upsets or how he does it. It was a complete joke. We should have known it was going to be bad when they were refused permission to race around the marina, so instead had to, shall we say, put a vinyl piece of water where the marina should have been. The FIA refused Formula One permission to race around the marina for safety concerns. Never mind the fact that, Monaco is a port city as well, and they race very close to the harbour at Monaco. I think the concern though was the overpass, which kind of makes sense. But the point being, instead of just going, oh, sod it, or scrap the marina idea, no, they got some boats in and put some boats on a piece of concrete, but the piece of concrete was covered by some blue tarpaulin, vinyl, whatever it was, made to look like waves. And I use that very loosely. It wasn't going to fool anyone. Craig Slater did backstroke on the floor on live on Sky just to demonstrate how stupid it was. But that's, the setup of the race itself. The grid walk before the race was even worse, because poor Martin Brundle, he hates doing these. I hate watching it, because if I'm watching the grid walk, I'm a big F1 fan. I have been for a long time. I want to see drivers, teams, I want to see ex-drivers, I want to see pundits, people with insight telling us how they think the race will go, telling us about expected pit strategies or who they think has got a good race pace. I don't want to see Martin Brundle harass Venus Williams or Serena Williams. In the nicest sense of the word, he wasn't harassing them, but he kept trying to ask them questions and they just weren't having it. It's quite funny to watch, but again, it's only funny because it's so bad. The actual race itself, when you get past the harrowing and cursed grid walk, was the most boring race I've ever watched in my life. Just nothing happened. I've got a bit of a complaint with the cars in general this season, to be fair, because they were made a bit worse by the governing body of Formula One to encourage closer racing, and that hasn't really happened. We just got Ferrari and Red Bull just running away from everyone, and Mercedes just loosely catching on. Even the track layout itself looks like something like a Gran Turismo. I made a comparison to the Deep Forest Raceway circuit. It just looks the same. It just looks upside down. That's the only difference. And it's a street circuit. It's so uninspired and dull. And I was really excited for it. I thought it'd be a really good race. Close circuit, temporary circuit, so anything could happen. The only thing that happened was Alonso crashed into Gasly, blamed him for it, and then caused Gasly to crash into Norris because he broke his suspension. That's not a race. Yeah, it's not a race. There was barely any overtaking. There was bits here and there in the midfield, as there always is, but even by the midfield standards, it was pretty low on excitement. It was just a complete shambles, a complete shame, a complete waste, and just a vanity affair. They just had loads of American celebrities just come and just invade the Grand Prix. They had a bloody mermaid in the swimming pool, man. Why? What did that achieve? Who are you appealing to there? The audience don't find that interesting. It's not real. It's a simulation. I genuinely nearly fell asleep. The only thing that kept me awake was Pierre Gasly crashing into Lando Norris. It wasn't a fun Grand Prix to watch at all. And then I had to go and do a 2.5 hour drive back home. So, but it did good use of my Sunday. I'm not very happy. I'm not. I think it's a shame. I think it's a waste. There are a lot better circuits that aren't on the calendar this year that should have got in over Miami. I mean, the India track for one, South Africa. I don't think Turkey's on the calendar this year. That's a great track. You can get away with having up to 3 Grand Prix from one country, but the only 2 candidates really for that is the United Kingdom and Italy, not America. Not America. There's no need. There's this whole push at the minute to make Formula One Americanized, and I just think it's disingenuous to itself, because people want to watch the racing for the racing, not the celebrities that turn up and just take the piss out of Martin Brundle, the poor guy. Anyway, I'm annoyed. I've let off some steam. I don't feel any better, but I've done it now, so I'm going to upload it anyway. Thanks for watching. See you later. Hopefully the next race in Spain this weekend will be better. We'll see. I don't know how to hope. The Catalunya circuit's dead. Nothing happens there either.